Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Um, we left off last week me talking about how I had started off the year on such a bad note in a way. Like I think what was happening was more in a bad way, but more not really so much in the physical sense, and that is why I talked about how I had forgotten our spiritual aspect. And in that video, I think it came off as if I was saying, like, the tools that I've been talking about don't work. They do work, it's just that I had neglected maybe using them for my spiritual life, things such as, because I remember for the most part of my spiritual life, I'd be like, okay, I'm a word girl, meaning like I'd read the Bible anytime, listen to the Word of God, everything. But then I'd say that I'm not so much of a prayerful person. And obviously, that manifested in my life, you know what I mean? And then I obviously wouldn't reap the benefits of being a prayerful person or a consistently prayerful person. And I've been thinking about it and realized that I must change things like that, where I don't think I would function to my highest potential on a spiritual level, right? Where I would be, for example, maybe I'd know my callings, my calling. I think that's the most spiritual thing than giftings. I think giftings are more physical and more for this world, but callings are things that, like, what God created you to do, the purpose for which God created you. And for me, I know that it has to do with ministering in song or singing. Yeah, so obviously it's important to do stuff like that. And I've actually been listening to this preacher talking about how some things in your life may not really work out because you're not walking in your purpose. Hey, and that really hit me hard. Because sometimes, you can really talk about these things and know them and even preach about them and not necessarily do them yourself and give yourself excuses while you know that you should actually be doing those things. If God says, like, I've called you to, like, to sing, and then here you are, maybe you even go to church every single Sunday, but you're not singing there, you're not in the worship team, or at least, even if you don't want to, if you don't have to do it at church, you're not singing, you're not encouraging anyone through your music, for example. And because you give yourself excuses like, I remember this other lady also likes encouraging people because she's actually called to be a pastor, but I think she doesn't have a church yet. She's also a serious businesswoman. So now she was talking about how God told her that, and she had a dream, right? And in this dream, like, I think Jesus was coming or something. People were being taken, like, we're not, oh, it was rapture. And she was not being raptured, right? And she was puzzled, like, excuse you, God, I'm your child and everything. And God was like, no, but you're not doing your purpose, so I might as well, like, so in the dream, she was, like, almost not taken. And then finally God, like, you know. And then she was just surprised, like, why wouldn't I be going to heaven, And God was like, you're not doing what I called you to do. And it was a wake-up call for her. And when she said that, it was a huge, huge wake-up call for me. And that time it really hit me hard, right? But I still didn't take the appropriate action. And I think listening to this preacher earlier today, the way he was saying it was like, things won't really work out how you want them to because you're ignoring the thing God created you for. I may be going all over the place doing this and this and that, but am I doing actually what I'm called for? So obviously, like, we talk about affirmations here, we talk about meditation, we talk about, I don't know if I've talked about scripting. So I'm just realizing, for me to win at all levels, I have to also use it towards my spiritual capacity, to affirm that I'm prayerful, I am like godly, I am pursuing my call, I hear God when He speaks. Yeah, so that's that's the turn that I'm going to, that's the direction that I'm gonna go. Because I have always known that the spiritual is obviously more powerful than the physical or the soul. Yeah, that's where God speaks to us. That's where God, communicates with us, or that's where God is in our lives. How He reaches us, His Spirit, through His Spirit, and So I think as the year starts, it's important that we are completely aligned spiritually, mindset, and in the physical. And for me, I think other places have been okay. The other places have been okay, but now I'm definitely focusing on my spiritual life as well. And I hope you do the same thing, and I hope this message resonated. Yeah. And I will link the video. I hope I'll be able to link the video from last week where we started talking about this topic, about how it's been extremely hard for me this year, and January is not even over yet. And so you can see where it all started. But otherwise, peace, and thank you so much for watching.